For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
According to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, 2026 is the year of accounting as far as the government stewardship is concerned in a number of areas as far as healthcare, crime, education, social services, among other areas. Another person says, I don't have a go well. And according to an editorialist, regional unity needed in the era of Trump. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. And, of course, that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You can call at 452-2979. That's a little later. As well as sending me your WhatsApp calls and messages via 716-2026, 716-2026, and Amanda will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. So the island's Prime Minister is quite confident, I believe, that he will be getting a passing grade as far as the government stewardship is concerned in a number of areas. And these would include the construction of roads, rehabilitation of roads, the state of our roads in St. Lucia, the government's handling of the crime problem on the island, close to 80 homicides recorded last year, the highest. Before that, you had 70-odd, another 70-odd the previous year. And so the Prime Minister believes that he's batting on a very good wicket as far as how the St. Lucian public should assess his performance in those areas. Now, I don't blame him, because already the infrastructure minister, Stephenson King, December the 10th of 2024, we played a clip of him having the chutzpah to boast, to blow his trumpet, and to say that he was doing a good job as far as the state of the nation's roads. Listen to Mr. Stevenson King as we play that clip on the 10th of December 2024 on NewsSpin.
I don't worry about persons who want to criticize my work or to attempt to denounce what I'm doing and to attempt to question whether I am performing as I should. I know I am doing a good job. And I'm not saying this, I'm not the one saying that. That's what people say to me.
Should I leave it to you to make that determination? Most of you individuals who are of sound mind watching this broadcast in St. Lucia and other parts of the world, but I know I'm likely to more trust the judgment of those people who are in the diaspora. Because in St. Lucia, there are many of us, just because we're existing very close to the stench, we are definitely not in a position to tell you that something stinks to high heaven. We always pretend that the smell is not that pungent. And it could even be worse. So I'm trusting you, the folks in the diaspora, to do your own accounting, to do your own assessment. Because obviously those politicians are taking us for a ride. And I just saw the word there, brainwash. They're trying to brainwash us into believing that as far as their performance is concerned, no matter what you're saying, the dilapidated state of our roads, most of our roads in St. Lucia, and thank God on this occasion for social media. Because those of you who have had to try to negotiate and drive through craters on our roads, putting you through great expense, a lot of you have recorded this, photographed it, videotaped it, you have sent it to me, you have played it on NewsSpin. It is all over social media. I am concluding today that this is the worst performing Minister of Infrastructure in the history of St. Lucia, as far as the poor state of infrastructure in this country. There's no maybe about it. And we have been on the air for a while. And we are in a position to say to you that we have been quietly assessing the performance of various ministers of infrastructure over several years now. And none of them have put us through this kind of bad experience of having to negotiate deplorable roads in nearly every section of the St. Lucian society. And over the years, the worst performing ministries in terms of deliverables, in terms of the quality of the work that they have provided, the service that they have provided to the St. Lucian public, because of the challenges, again, maybe the challenges as well, would be the ministries or the Ministry of Infrastructure and also the Ministry of Health, because those are very demanding ministries. We honestly do not have the kind of resources to ensure that we always modernize our infrastructure. You don't have it. But you must as often as possible endeavor to be creative in terms of the allocation of resources. And the same obtains for the Ministry of Health. So it is ridiculous to hear a minister says, irrespective of your criticism, well founded observations that you have made regarding the bad roads in our country, the infrastructure minister says, irrespective, I'm doing a good job because some people are telling me I'm doing a good job. Now, Mr. King is a very experienced politician, and he would know that there are individuals who like to curry favor with politicians. The same way they like to curry favor with their friends, family members, etc. They don't want to tell you that what you're doing is shitty, it's not good, you can do better. So they like to brown nose. Oh, Mr. Minister, don't worry them people, you're doing a good job. And the minister has the gumption to repeat this to the entire global community, that you are doing a good job. Not even supporters of the government and supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party have reached that conclusion. They've been calling a number of talk shows to tell you, and they're wondering whether Mr. King is sabotaging the Philip J. Pierre administration. So they're frustrated. So he's not doing a good job. As far as crime is concerned, the government has failed us, but yet still the Prime Minister says 2026 will be the year of accounting as far as crime is concerned. And let us already anticipate what the Prime Minister will be saying to you in 2026. Yes, we've had some homicides, 77, we've had 70 odd in 2023 and thereabout, etc. Not making excuses, but we're trying. But you're making an excuse. And providing the police with vehicles, equipment, having more police officers, if there isn't the appropriate strategy to ensure that the resources that you're providing to the police are properly utilized, and then will result in us recording success, then whatever investments you've made in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, it's basically a waste of the use of our finances as Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for national security. And so the Prime Minister, speaking recently at the opening of the Majomel Road, said the following when he made reference to 2026 being the year of accounting, and of course, general elections are constitutionally due in 2026.
The time of accounting is near. The time of putting one thing against the other is very, very close. Next year is the year of accounting. So we're going to account for everything. We'll account for roads, we'll account for healthcare, we'll account for crime, we'll account for education, we'll account for social development, we'll account for everything. We're going to start the year of accounting. Because it is very unfair to pretend that the roads in this country only got bad recently. And I want to admit to you that the roads are a cause, some of the roads are a cause of concern. But let's not pretend the roads in St. Lucia were always good. Let's not pretend everywhere always had good roads. Let's not pretend that this government has done nothing as far as roads is concerned.
Irrespective, Mr. Prime Minister, it is your job to fix the roads. And you've been in power for almost 4 years. It's not a case where you're in opposition for 4 years, Because if you continue with that kind of mindset of making excuses, give you another term of office, another 5 years, you will still make excuses. As your counterpart in Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, is doing. He has been in office for close to a decade, yet still making reference to the opposition as far as crime is concerned, as far as implementing a state of emergency, as far as all the ills that are being experienced by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So that is a habit that those people who are in office like to practice. Always making reference to the opposition, always claiming that things were a lot worse when they were not in office. So it's a case of what aboutism? What about before July of 2021? A council for your stewardship. Measure your performance between 2021 and now with regard to the state of our roads. And tell us whether, in terms of your accounting, whether things are better. And clearly, they are not when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to the state of our roads. In 2021, in terms of the empirical evidence, the experience drivers had of that particular period up to 2021, prior to the last general election, the roads were a lot better in St. Lucia. You could have navigated, you could have driven on most of the roads without feeling that you're being disemboweled, without people who are pregnant fearing that they will have a miscarriage. Things were a lot better as far as the roads are concerned. And the statistics are also there to indicate that things were a lot better as far as the crime situation in St. Lucia is concerned. It's a good time to hear from you at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026, and of course your comments in the chat room. Let us hear now from Amanda. Good afternoon to you, Amanda.
Good afternoon, team. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Someone says in the chat room, team, I believe the Prime Minister bought his confidence at Massey. Another comment reads, one murder is one too many, but what stats would be more convincing to you and others? Someone says, the people saying that to you have a problem. Someone says, team, by what standards are you judging the performance of Mr. King? You are sure right, the only minister who no one can accuse of corruption. Another comment reads, will you account for your lies? Someone says, accountability is not a word the opposition knows. Another comment reads, he's playing the blame game like he was that before he came, so make it better you the one there now. Someone says, you said people do not eat roads in opposition, so fix the roads. Another comment, can you imagine PJP chatting a woman? Oh. Another comment, someone says, give me a minute.
Let's get a call in the meantime.
Okay.
We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good day, team.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you.
So, like I've been saying, apparently these governments think that it is everybody that has low IQ in St. Lucia. And it is the problem that we are faced with today, team, is that we faced with a government that is bent on handing out, giving handouts. So you take funds wherever you take it from and you pay tuition for preschoolers. Funds that we, the taxpayers, would have to pay back in a time where we already underpopulated. People don't make children anymore, hardly. Okay, the woman, the wildest woman, team, with all respect, will only have one child. Compared to long ago, that same woman would have had 10, 11. But today, with technology, no woman will want to have more than one or two children. And you beating your hand on your chest as if it's something you're doing so much. When you go into the hospital, team, imagine something, you only get 2 or 3 nursing mothers who give birth. Okay? Hardly you'll get the population that you were getting before. Okay, you give a $500 bonus, team. You give you will be giving a back pay. You give a little raise to the assistant to the retirees. You paid facility fees. You paid CXC. I'm calling it out, team, because of course, yes, this government have been paying some things for us. But Tim, let's just put it like that. You have a long-time friend who came from the States. You all were classmates. In fact, two of them, they came down and they decided that they're going to meet with you and you know, see what they can do for you because you all were friends and they're doing so well now. And one came and he gave you $1,000 US. That's good. That's nice. But the other one came and he saw you and he saw your struggles and he said, you know what? Let me open a little restaurant for you because he knows you can cook. He knows, you know, you have the ability to do that. Let me open a little restaurant for you and finance it and put some things in there so that you could start.
So you're talking about therefore what is more sustainable.
That's what I'm saying.
Sustainability, yeah.
Because all what this prime minister is beating his hands on his chest saying that he has given to us, Tim, they're all fade away.
And that's our money as well.
Exactly. We pay that. We are paying it back. This is not coming from his pocket. These are not grants that you don't pay back. We paying it back.
In fact,
So
let's be more straightforward. The Prime Minister is using our money to try to entice us, to lure us into re-electing him into office come 2026. That's all he's doing.
But that is exactly what it is. And that is why I'm telling you that the people who is coming out and making it seem as if this is such a great thing, it's only playing the hands of a fool. Because at the end of the day, that is not the Prime Minister's money. This is our money. Yes, what he's doing, the assistance that he's giving is good, but it is not sustainable. It does not take you from point A to point B because what it does at the end of the day, all that 2.5%, all the high gas prices and all of those things, it goes back to the cycle. It does not change anything. It does not change anything. And so when I look at the 200 achievements, Tim, and I gave the first 5 some time ago, and I'm going to give another 5. The number of ICDs that was either refurbished or rebuilt. You have the Deramo, you have the La Bonne, there's the Rivière Mita, there's the Grand Rivière ICT Center, you have the Gros-Îlet Human Resource Development Center, okay? And I will give her another set the next time. But Tim, these are things that help develop your people. These are things that create, help young people to become sustainable because they're going to learn something. These are things that create economic activity. And that is what somebody who does not, for me, I cannot take on myself. I cannot take on working as an employee anymore, Tim. I just don't have the energy for that. And so I want the environment, to have a friendly environment, an environment that is conducive so that I could apply my trade. Now, if the handouts that you give, they don't contribute to the economy in any way because the money has no value because of all the taxes and all the high prices. The Majomel Road he's talking about, I drove on that road. The people well deserving, I can tell you that. But this is a place that have like deep into the woods that have like 30 houses or so. Okay, fair enough, the people deserve the road. But when you tell me now, you pass in that residential area and you bring in concrete and roads and bridges and culverts and all of that, walls, deep into the forest, what exactly you bring that road there for? And as far as I'm understanding, the district rep has property at the end of that road, Dim. Okay? It's up to him to clear his thing on that. But what I am saying, you pass the residential area and you continue the road for about maybe 2 miles or so, passing the residential area, going into the forest. For what reason? And I understand if you say, okay, farmers, but let me tell you, that area, I think both sides of the road, one side is a mountain, one side is a precipice. So which farmer is going to farm on those roadsides? So somebody had to eat. Somebody had to make a money. Because I can tell you, a lot of money was spent on that road team. Because the road was done, I can tell you, it was done well. Where they needed culverts, they did it well. Where they needed walls, they put walls, all over the place. The road was done well. But I know that some money came out from somewhere because there was no need for that road to go into the forest. You understand? You bring in all that concrete of almost 2 miles of road into the forest and do what? Where there's no houses, and the only house when I reach at the end of the road, what I'm seeing is something like a nice little cabin. You understand? No electricity, nothing in the woods there. At the end of the road, I have a nice little cabin. And it brought my suspicions up again from what I've been heard. Okay? So at the end of the day, Tim, this government is more interested in winning an election. The dump in Viewfort, Tim, that was already covered up. Okay? We in Viewfort could have breathed a sigh of relief from the smell of that thing. You've now gone back and you reopen that place. Okay? If anytime you ever go down to Viewfort, or I can take some pictures for you to show you how they start spreading the rubbish all over the place again, Tim. How could you go back and open a dump that was already closed? As Harris was saying the last time, Viewfortians don't deserve anything good. All the bad things is Viewfort, all the nonsense. Alan Charles started investing in Viewfort. You stop all investment in Viewfort. Everything. Oh, I tell BPO they were supposed to refurbish another factory shell for ITEL team so that they could employ more people. They refused to do it. Not realizing it's our people ITEL employing. You understand me? Ojo Labs had to close because of the non-support for them. And the saddest thing about it, Viewfortians will still go back and vote for these people. Have a good day.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution. And imagine somebody says in the chat room, stop criticizing the government. They are trying, and somebody responds. So 2025 is the year of trying. Let's see if we could go through some of your WhatsApp messages while we await your calls at 452-2979. Somebody says via WhatsApp, somebody says, Tim, the $500 Christmas bonus given gone already. That's a cosmetic bribe. But in that, government took back 2.5% in taxes. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, I hope the year of accounting is not going to be like the year of infrastructure. What is happening in the chat room, Amanda?
Timothy, someone says, so Mr. Prime Minister, after 4 years, you are now admitting that your administration have not been accountable. Someone says, PJP beta has not been in existence for a long time now. Stop the flip-flopping. When the roads were being repaired before July 21st, you and your gang said people do not eat roads. Someone replied to this saying, this was said because at the time the people were hungry and suffering whilst ministers were engaging in malpractice and corruption. Now the comment reads, the king is truly the worst minister in the history of St. Lucia. Someone says, PJP must realize that his lies can only fool those who want to be fooled. Someone says PJP instituted the minimum wage, not realizing the effects on small businesses. Now the preschool administrators are saying they can't pay off their staff. He turned to paying the school fees. That's also an election ploy. Someone says we should be happy he's spending money on us and not foreigners.
We have a WhatsApp message. I'd like to send you a message. I would like to send a message to the Ministry of Infrastructure, all the contractors responsible for the reconstruction of the Chaussee Road. They took piles and piles of soil and threw it in the drain. They need to clear out the drain. Thank you. 452-2979. Let's take a call in the landline. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. The landline. Hello, let's try again. Good afternoon.
Tim, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
You can hear and Amanda, good afternoon.
Am I right?
Good afternoon, caller.
I listened to you when you mentioned about infrastructural work, the state of our roads in St. Lucia. And you could not say it better than the way you say it. Now, a lot of people will tell you all governments are the same. I don't believe that. I clearly don't believe that. You could see the approach of different government or different administration prior to the one that was there for 2021 and the one right now we are currently have there in St. Lucia. Now, the Minister for Infrastructure said he's doing a good job. And I remember once we had a hurricane or something that had visited the island. The United Workers' Party was in government. And because of its slow move, and I think Guy Joseph can call that program to clear that too, and Guy had to move ahead and do what he had to do in Bexon and did not wait for him. Now, you have people that, I have heard people in the Labour Party said he's deliberately sabotaging their party. When he was in the United Workers' Party, he was the very same way, dead weight, relax, and not give a damn about nothing. But if that is the case, why would you want to take credit for something you are not doing, and you are not doing it good? I don't have to describe the state of the road for any solution to know that we have one of the worst roads, especially under this administration. But the saddest things about it, we are continue to pay a road tax. I think it is $250 then or $225.
The road tax, you pay a certain amount on each gallon, right? Or each gallon of petrol that you purchase.
So I am referring to the sticker, sorry, you have it on your windscreen.
Yeah, it varies. It varies.
Yeah, because
based on the size of your engine.
Right. I pay it for $225.
Yes.
So I can imagine if every person, paying that money, applying the route and paying that type of money, that is a lot of money that's in the coffers of government. Why don't the government use that road for the purpose that money was collecting for? That is clearly. Why don't you block the potholes? Some of the roads, when you pass in on the main highway, there is one by Savans Bay, you saw that is a speed bump. It's taking you off the road and leading you on the other side. Why is that? Why are we have to go and check the amount of person applying the route and paying that money? Is it a case that I am alone that's seen and I can call it deliberately that these people don't care about the road? And every now and then we have an accident, either the person crippled or fatal. We're talking about all type of measures that we want to do, but the road is bad. The caller called you, then I listened to him. Of course, they reopened the dump in Viewport. But to make matters worse, you have a hospital, so-called a stadium there, and sick patient in it. And you can see how bad we be, and how I don't care we are. The dump was closed because of the airport and the stadium, the hospital there. But now it's reopened. So who opened it? Who opened it? And the dump is just about 200 to 200 feet between the dump and the hospital. And then with the airport, the wind blows that straight, all the stench on the airport back. Sometimes I don't even want to pass that road to Larry Shoes. Who authorized to open the dump? And we care about the health or the state of our people there? That is why sometimes when Rick saying these things, I would give him a listen air. Because I don't know more, are we getting worse? We don't even care about, are we getting more dumb? Because this is serious. This is a health matter, Mr. Poleon. It is just like the crusher, the dump, the crusher you have there before close to the airport there. The Slasper had wrote to the manager of that crusher to close it. Because all that dust and all that thing goes straight on the airport. Now it is reopened. Who authorized it to open back? Are we just doing things and we don't care what it costs us? And we have an international airport that is adjacent to those areas. You're talking about the dump, the crusher that is just there, the curry, whatever it is there, just across there. And somebody has not seen that. I know that is, when it's come to the health part of it, it goes to Ministry of Health, which is already something I don't even want to cover, because everything that guy put his hand on, it is finished. He was in banana finished. He was in charge of corporate, now he's in charge of health. Health now almost will not exist in St. Lucia. Every ministry these guys took, it is a disaster. So all we have to do now, pray that election will call and St. Lucian once again can go out there and do the right thing and stop complaining, because politicians cannot be your boss if you're not allowing them to do that. Vote, you're not satisfied with what is happening, you have every right to go in the ballot box and to remove these people off your back and stop complaining. If the other one do the same, you have the very same right to go and do the same thing. But stop allowing the politician to believe when they take taxpayers' money and they build a road and they come in and knock the chairs as though they do in your favor. It is not a favor. Thank you very much, Mr. Poleon.
Thank you so much for calling. Still to come on the broadcast, a caller to the program yesterday says that both the opposition and the government, there's much difference between them. And we have a reaction coming from the leader of the parliamentary opposition. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It is called NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. Also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel.
Get ready for the glitz and glamour of the Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant. Join the Fabulous Five: Danielle Allen, Miss Castry South; Cheyenne Smith, Miss Mikud South; Tyler St. Rose, Miss Babodo; Ari Asa Liwa, Miss Castry Central; and Mikhail Williams, Miss Mikud North. Who will be crowned Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025 on Saturday, February 1st from 6 p.m. at the Medgar Evers College Founders Auditorium, 1650 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn. Tickets $80 US, VIP $120 US, or call 631-275-0508. This event is sponsored by Power 97.9 FM, Four Roots Entertainment, and the Consulate General of St. Lucia, New York. A magical evening awaits. Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex Customer Service Office in Castries is now open for business, but we've moved. We're now located on Daisy Avenue in Sanssouci on the ground floor of the new Carilac building. We're open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out our online options first. But if you do need to come in to see us, we'll be pleased to serve you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucilex Sanssouci office, ground floor of the Carilac building. New location, same great service.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control, all so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
So let's play on you and me. You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Ouais, monsieur. Pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, mais money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. Yo ni toute pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Prendre pompe yo c'est Léo. Pompe ça c'est major. Ils bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten mois actuellement. Glo ka fonte. Europa ni pompe glo Léo entre pour les 9 juin et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
Take control of your health at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay, Groselet. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostic services including our advanced full-body MRI scans. Did you know cancers affect millions but are curable when detected early? Our full-body MRI is radiation-free, painless, and highly accurate. It detects cancer early, spots hidden illnesses, and uses advanced technology to ensure you get the best care possible. At La Clinique de Corps, we prioritize your health and peace of mind. Our highly skilled team provides personalized care in a comfortable and welcoming environment. Protect your health and secure a healthier tomorrow with our comprehensive diagnostic solutions. Book your full-body MRI today and take the first step towards a healthier future. Call us at 451-6559. Your health is our priority at La Clinique de Corps.
It's the Tile Thursday specials. The sale you've been waiting for is finally here, happening this Thursday at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom, or updating your entire home, don't miss out on the chance to save big on high-quality tiles that will elevate any space. Mark your calendars for Tile Thursday specials, the last Thursday of every month. You can save up to 50% off on selected tiles. Located at M&C Home Depot in Sunville. Hurry in! These amazing deals are in-store only, and supplies are limited, so be sure to grab yours while you can. Remember, Tile Thursday only happens once a month, so don't miss out. Visit the Tile Gallery this Thursday. See in-store for details.
This one will be the biggest ever! It's Legacy 2025, the Independence Edition, featuring two of the Caribbean's greatest icons, the soca queen herself, Alison Hines. Alison Hines! And the region's groovy master, the man with the most groovy hits ever, Rupee! And then the St. Lucian Giants, King Sly. Calypso Legends, Papa Vader, King Ashanti, Robbie, the grand return of Alpha. Legacy 2025 is gonna be amazing. Saturday, February 8th, 8 p.m. at the Pavilion. Limited early bird $100, regular $120. Tickets available at Steve's Barbershop and The Wave. Sponsored by KFC, Republic Bank, Massey Stores, IBS Solutions, Climax, Peter Bear, The Citizen, Blow, and the Independence Committee.
Look at people!
If I was outside there like before, I would give them hell, you know. They would get hell, the opposition would get hell. People, you know, I am the voice of St. Lucia. I am talking for St. Lucians. I would give hell, Tim. Because you see me, all I need is the best for St. Lucia. That's all I need, the best for St. Lucia. right? I would give them hell. Sometimes I sit back and I watch, like, you have children who go to, I don't know if you have any kids that go to A-level college, right? You have instructors not turning up to classes. Children are left on their own. Or sometimes they get up there, the classes are cancelled. It happens in the convent. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But we're talking about universal education, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, we're giving this, that. But again, I am one man, I ain't saying much. I don't want anybody to tell me I'm playing politics. I am not playing politics. For the matter of fact, both the government and the opposition can go to hell.
So I want to say I don't like when people say that all the political parties are the same. We in the United Workers' Party are trying to be different. And the fact that you're still convinced and many people are still convinced there's no difference tells me I have a lot more work to do. But I certainly want to hold all the members of my party to a higher standard.
You heard from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, and before him, you heard from Mr. Oswald Augustine, who is a former General Secretary of the United Workers' Party. The chat room. Amanda, what is happening there?
Timothy, someone says one of the symptoms of hallucinating is while it is distressing, it is also comforting to the person. Auditory hallucination causes one to hear voices. These are the voices which King is hearing. Another comments, trying. These guys have been in power for 4 years and they're still trying. Most of them have been in government for years and they're still trying. People really talking nonsense in St. Lucia. This government needs to go. Someone says, oh really? Is our money actually making a significant difference in the way that it is being dispersed? Do we really have the resources to be self-sufficient? I think you should go back to your playpen. This is a discourse for adults only. Another comment reads, 2025 is the year of trying and crying. Another contribution, someone says, you people need to stop winging and accept the fact that he is looking after the people. Someone says, PJP said he was the most readied person to be the PM in St. Lucia and the country is in this mess. What would have happened if he was not the most readied? I guess all of us would have been dead within a year of he taking over as PM. Another comment, what's wrong with this Stevenson? Okay, no. That's it for me. Tim.
All right, thank you so much, Amanda. Some more of your calls, 452-2979. Once again, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. A call in line via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon to you, Timothy.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Good afternoon to you.
And good afternoon to the young lady who's doing such a wonderful job with
Amanda.
you. I don't know her name.
Good afternoon.
Amanda.
Okay, well, good afternoon to you, Amanda. So, Timothy, I have two questions to ask. I've been away from social media and the news for the past couple of weeks, and two things have been weighing on my mind. One, the health and security levy. I heard a clip on your show.
Hello?
Ted, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you repeat? You heard on the show?
Okay.
You're saying
That the Prime Minister has said that the health and security levy will continue.
Yes.
When he said it was supposed to expire after 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right when I
Yes.
say that?
You are correct, ma'am.
Okay. So, do you remember the $100 million loan that he took from the Saudis?
That was for what? For the
That loan,
Mhm.
that loan was supposed to go towards
St. Jude.
renovating or refurbishing the stadium and St. Jude.
And completing St. Jude.
Right. Now there was a time limit, if memory serves. There was a time limit as to when this money had to be used. So here's my question. If it's been, they took office in 2021.
Yes.
Right. Nothing has been done on the stadium. We kept hearing that St. Jude's will be completed in 6 months, and then that 6 months turned into 6 more months, and now it has turned into 4 years. And we haven't heard a word Now I'm hearing the Prime Minister say next year is the year of accounting. If his accounting leaves him in a deficit, what happens to that money?
Well, I'm
we
getting
lose access to that money?
I'm getting the impression, ma'am, that the hospital will be completed during the course of this year. I think the Prime Minister has hinted that the St. Jude Hospital will be completed by this year.
Okay, but
and when he
there
talks
was a
about
time
when he talks about accounting, he's talking about his stewardship in a number of areas. He will account to the people.
I know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I know what he's talking about. I'm just saying, when it's the year of accounting, I take that to mean that is the year elections will be called. I think that's the accounting he's referring to. But what if the people are not satisfied? Now, another thing that is very troubling, the Prime Minister and his cabinet made a declaration of 1 university graduate per household. I have not heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I have not heard of one new university that has opened in St. Lucia. I have not heard of any scholarship programs.
No, you're talking about, okay, there's been instances where, for example, students have been sent to universities overseas. I think Morocco would be one, and also to study at universities in Taiwan as well, and even to study at Monroe College. So scholarships have been given to a number of students for higher learning at various tertiary institutions.
Okay, I stand corrected. But what is the situation with Sir Arthur Lewis Community College? We were promised that Sir Arthur Lewis would be turned into a full-fledged university. Instead, Sir Arthur Lewis has been turned into a full-fledged mess. The amount of dropouts on a yearly basis at that school is staggering. Okay, my own child has started a program. She was assured by the school authorities that she would be able to do the courses she wanted and whatever. And when it was time to choose those courses, she was not able to, and she dropped out. And I'm sure the situation is not unique. So what is going on with that? And we're not hearing anything about that. Now, earlier, you spoke about healthcare and you spoke about the roads. My question to you, Timothy, why are you surprised? Why are you surprised that the roads are in a mess? The SLP government campaigned and convinced St. Lucians that they were not ready for progress. They told St. Lucians, I heard rhetoric stating that, Shasta is trying to turn the country into a little Miami and we're not ready for that yet. I heard somebody just either last week or this week on your show make a comment and said, we love PJP because he has realistic expectations for our poor country. Now, just hear me out, this, Timothy, because I've thought this through. If St. Lucia was such a poor country, why are there so many Syrians, Chinese, Guyanese, and people from so many other Caribbean territories coming here for a better life? If St. Lucia was a poor country, because this person, and that really irked me, because I was trying to figure out what mindset would lead somebody to say something like this. Just because you don't recognize the treasure that you have, that means it is worthless? That's foolishness. Okay? And again, I want to ask this person, when have you ever heard progress come from realistic expectations? Christopher Columbus did not leave Portugal, go to Spain and convince Isabella and Ferdinand that he can find India by going west because he had realistic expectations. Ferdinand Magellan did not travel around the world 42,000 miles or 47,000 miles around the world because he had realistic expectations. Galileo, Plato, and all those Copernicus, all those Greek philosophers who made these discoveries that that are still relevant today, none of them had realistic expectations. When has progress ever come from realistic expectations? So are you telling me that we should not strive for better? And you are surprised that people who were saying Munpaka Maje Shime have done nothing for the roads? You're surprised that the minister is saying he is doing a good job? Of course he's doing a good job of wasting taxpayers' money. Because every time we pay his salary, we are wasting money. We are wasting money. The Prime Minister is saying the way to win elections is to keep your word to the people. I am asking you, Timothy, personally, what campaign promise that the Prime Minister made that he has kept? I want you to answer that question for me.
Well, caller, the next time you come across the Prime Minister, you'll have to pose that question to him. He is the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. I'm not the Prime Minister. I make my pronouncements from time to time.
I want your opinion. I want your opinion.
I make my observations, but I really don't want to answer questions on behalf of the Prime Minister with regard to his stewardship. I have my own opinion, and people have their own opinion as well. So it's come Judgment Day. People have to make the determination after they have scrutinized the performance of the Prime Minister to make a determination as to whether he's worthy of being re-elected into office or not.
Well, in my estimation, I do not see one campaign promise that the Prime Minister has fulfilled. We still have not gotten the tax returns. Remember, he said within the first 100 days, people who are owed tax returns within a certain threshold will be paid. I did not receive mine. I don't know if you received yours. He said within the first 100 days, people who are making a certain amount of money, I think it was $4,000 and less, would not be paying income tax. That has not materialized. We have not seen St. Jude's. We're seeing healthcare taking a dive. We're seeing crime on the rise. And we're seeing the roads are deteriorating. But if they determine they're making a good job, it is the year of the snake after all. Let's see what happens. Anyway, thank you. And you have a wonderful afternoon.
You too, ma'am. Thank you so much for your contribution. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have another WhatsApp call. Hello and good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy.
Yes.
Poleon.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
This is Peter Chico.
Yeah, Mr. Chico.
Tim, I just want to remind St. Lucia. I know I'm a forgetful soul already, but I just want to remind St. Lucia. The United Workers' Party had a plan to develop roads. And what the plan was, I suppose, and I guess somebody in the hierarchy of the party will call to give information, was to develop a lot of the feeder roads, a lot of the side roads, so that in the case, the whole objective was to address some of the congestion, the traffic congestion on the roads. While the United Workers' Party was in government, there were many, many cries and demonstrations by the St. Lucia Labour Party indicating that people not eating roads. And I heard a few callers mention it. People are not eating roads. And so the income, the money that was being given or being used by the government for road construction and road rehabilitation should be given as income support to the very few persons who were suffering or who had lost their jobs or who needed income support. But there's no more need for income support, is there? Because apparently they're not giving anybody income support. But yet I listened to the Prime Minister in opening that Majomel Road or whatever the road is in Laville, and he is actually indicating that the United Workers' Party, basically trying to blame the United Workers' Party for the road condition. Oh, roads have not been so bad now. These are the same people, Tim. These are the same people that continue to cry and make noise that they're not hitting roads and $5 will block our whole. They came out with all kind of slogans, and now they're crying about the roads have not been in that condition. If the St. Lucia Labour Party had, after winning the election, had continued that road program, and they have the same minister of infrastructure, don't you think our roads would have been in a much better condition? Don't you think so? But Tim, I just want to remind St. Lucian, you all need to open your eyes, you know. That election you see that coming there, you see all of these bluffs you see you getting there, open your eyes and realize that these bluffs coming out of the St. Lucia Labour Party cannot continue. So let me just use your platform to remind St. Lucians, not only the United Workers' Party supporters, also the St. Lucia Labour Party supporters, that if you want better, you need to vote for better. And better is not with the St. Lucia Labour Party. I thank you.
Thank you so much. That's the United Workers' Party candidate for Castries East, Mr. Peter Chico. Let's see if we have some of your messages to go through. Somebody says via message there, Tim, you sounded like the Prime Minister when he said he's not a police officer. You said you're not the Prime Minister, but I'm not the Prime Minister. You know, the Prime Minister can answer for his stewardship. Let's see there if we have a WhatsApp message. Somebody says, Tim, the Taiwanese and Moroccan scholarships you referred to, but that was long in existence. That has nothing to do with Philip J. Pierre. And another one, let's stand corrected. Most of these scholarships are given to individuals who have parents, godparents, friends, ministers in ministries that deal with these nominees. The individuals who are really struggling do not get it. And another WhatsApp message, it reads, I went to the St. Jude Hospital yesterday and I was asked to make an appointment for an ultrasound or source elsewhere to do it. Why do you need an appointment for ultrasound when the doctor does not know what is wrong with you? Let me turn my attention to you, Amanda, and find out what's happening in the chat room.
Someone asks, what's PJP's level of readiness after 4 years in office, asking for a friend. Another comment, why is it so hard for us to agree that some things are good no matter who does them? If a party that you do not support does something that is good, we should be able and willing to say so. Too much tribalism. Another comment reads, Team, which hospital will be completed this year? It will be opened just before the elections, but it will not be completed. They will try to fool us as usual. Another comment reads, yes, the hospital will be completed this year, but one has to ask at what cost? The people are too passive. Working on this old structure is not in the interest of the people, but in the interest of friends and donors to the Labour Party. We as a people need to see through the BS. Another comment reads, the question is, what's the readiness level of voters in the upcoming elections? Are they ready for a real change and progress? Commentary reads, 30 years in government, Philip Pierre and Kenny Anthony is still trying. Wow. Alan Shaftney did 5 years and he told us the problem of this country and its broken system, so he made a bold decision to fix it and bring better healthcare and infrastructure to the people. But Philip Pierre misled the people. And today, look at where we are. Philip Pierre allowed our state assets to go to foreigners, and this country is not getting a dime. No monies are in circulation in this country.
What's a message? That development at Mount Pimard in the north, wasn't it a United Workers' Party initiative under Alan Chasney, known as the Seventh Wonders of the Caribbean? Isn't Mount Pimard a reserve under the National Trust? Tim, I'm asking this because we in V4 had the DSH pull of the Caribbean. It was those SLP guys, together with a bunch of supporters from the north, like the Trust, which was not affected, and other well-known individuals who came and fooled the blockheads in the south to prevent it from happening. Now it is happening in the north, and not even the Trust is saying a word. Why didn't they stop this Chasney initiative? Now they are giving V4ians everything substandard. Have you seen the cheap toilets they have installed? The $2 million St. Jude at the $2 million St. Jude Hospital. Now they are dumping Castries garbage in V4. And let's see there if we have another WhatsApp message. PJP is spending peanuts on us and giving away the millions to foreigners. Let's say we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon. And good afternoon to the young lady. I've got her name. Sorry.
Amanda.
Good afternoon, sir.
Amanda. Good afternoon, Amanda. Sorry, I forgot your name. But anyway, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. You normally do anyway. The special prosecutor, in response to Peter Chico's complaint that he placed to do with the Hilaire and the Land Rover deal, Range Rover, Land Rover deal, and customs, his response basically included a statement where he said that he can only deal with issues since he's been in office.
Yes, he made
that have happened since he's been in office, not before his tenure.
Yes, he made a statement.
So, Tim, you remember during the elections, the election campaign, and after the election campaign, the Labour Party people were going around and saying, boy, special prosecutor coming for you. Wait till you'll see. When they put you all in jail, Alan Chasney, Guy Joseph, whoever, they're coming for you all. And so was the Prime Minister giving people that impression as well. But, I mean, how could it be? Is the Prime Minister really concerned about corruption in this country? That if he had all the evidence and all these allegations that he and his people made during the campaign and even prior to the campaign about the UWP being involved in corruption, and now he actually crafted a law which allows the UWP, the alleged misdeeds of the UWP, to go scot-free? Is that how he is putting the people first? Or was he misleading the people? Was he lying to St. Lucians about the misdeeds that he alleged that the UWP committed? This is very serious, Tim. The credibility of this Prime Minister and his organization is worth, it's tarnished. He gave St. Lucians the impression, first, he accused people of misdeeds, egregious misdeeds, robbing our country of its scarce resources. And then he promised the people of St. Lucia that he would handle it by appointing a special prosecutor. And today we're finding out, well, not today, but now we're finding out that this was only a farce, that this was some stupid joke. Secondly, Tim, I always scratch my head and go back to this CIP thing and this Canals Hotel. Tim, the minister responsible for the CIP, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, he informed us that he didn't tell us the number, but he told us that the entire allocation of files to Caribbean Galaxy had been sold. Shortly after that, the contract between the government and Caribbean Galaxy was leaked, and we found out that that number was 6,000 files. 6,000 passports, a minimum of 6,000. Tim, when we look at the statutory price, it says that the price of one passport under that program, the real estate program, is $200,000, Tim. $200,000. You remember that, those figures, $6,000 and $200,000. The Prime Minister, in a statement he made in the House of Parliament, informed St. Lucia that the hotel price or the cost of the project had been revised due to the increase in the price of construction and shipping as a result of COVID. And of course, over time, inflation, etc. From 300 million or 350 million or so to 400 million. So, $400 million, 6,000 passports, $200,000 a passport. 6,000 multiplied by 200,000, Tim, is $1.2 billion. Why did our government allocate to Caribbean Galaxy passports or files to the value of $1.2 billion for a hotel that they say costs $400 million? Tim, that is 3 times the cost of the hotel. That is over $2 billion of our EC dollars. Tim, you know what we can do with that money? You know, we're talking about healthcare right now. Most people can't afford it, or even as crappy and abysmal as the healthcare services are in St. Lucia. But most people can't even afford it. $2 billion will buy us healthcare for everybody in healthcare insurance or health insurance for about 10 years. For about 10 years. 2 billion EC dollars. And where's that money? Who's that money going to? This $800 million, which is just over $2 billion, where is that money going to? And while we speak, there are about 20 workers at Canals. The project is less than 20% complete. I know I sound like a broken record because every time I call your show, almost every time I speak of it. But this is serious. This is egregious. And I heard some people asking about $7 million for vaccines. They're right to ask about that money, but they need to ask the present Minister of Finance about that money because he's the one responsible for recouping our funds. Government continues. There's a contract. So I want an answer, Tim, from the government. Maybe I know they listen to you. What happened with the $800 million? Whose money is that? The $800 million US dollars for the canals developments, which we sold the passports, 6,000. The minister said they were sold. The contract said 6,000 files. Côté l'argent, Tim. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Still to come on the program, some of your calls and your WhatsApp messages, and also regional unity needed in the era of Trump. And that's according to a newspaper editorial. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. It's called NewsSpin.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
It's the Tile Thursday specials. The sale you've been waiting for is finally here, happening this Thursday at the Tile Gallery. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom, or updating your entire entire home. Don't miss out on the chance to save big on high-quality tiles that will elevate any space. Mark your calendars for Tile Thursday specials, the last Thursday of every month. You can save up to 50% off on selected tiles. Located at M&C Home Depot in Sunville. Hurry in! These amazing deals are in-store only, and supplies are limited, so be sure to grab yours while you can. Remember, Tile Thursday only happens once a month, so don't miss out. Visit the Tile Gallery this Thursday. See in-store for details.
It is well known by all solution professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns. All at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massat Grosile. Europa, we service what we sell.
Take control of your health at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay, Grosile. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostic services including our advanced full-body MRI scans. Did you know cancers affect millions but are curable when detected early? Our full-body MRI is radiation-free, painless, and highly accurate. It detects cancer early, spots hidden illnesses, and uses advanced technology to ensure you get the best care possible. At La Clinique de Corps, we prioritize your health and peace of mind. Our highly skilled team provides personalized care in a comfortable and welcoming environment. Protect your health and secure a healthier tomorrow with our comprehensive diagnostic solutions. Book your full-body MRI today and take the first step towards a healthier future. Call us at 451-6559. Your health is our priority at La Clinique de Corps.
Get ready for the glitz and glamour of the Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant. Join the Fabulous Five: Danielle Allen, Miss Castries South, Cheyenne Smith, Miss Mikud South, Tyler St. Rose, Miss Babodo, Ari Asa Liwa, Miss Castries Central, and Mikhail Williams, Miss Mikud North. Who will be crowned Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025 on Saturday, February 1st from 6 p.m. at the Medgar Evers College Founders Auditorium, 1650 Bedford Avenue, Brooklyn. Tickets $80 US, VIP $120 US, or call 631-275-0508. This event is sponsored by Power 97.9 FM, Four Roots Entertainment, and the Consulate General of St. Lucia, New York. A magical evening awaits. Miss St. Lucia USA Independence Pageant 2025.
This one will be the biggest ever! It's Legacy 2025, the Independence Edition, featuring two of the Caribbean's greatest icons, the soca queen herself, Alison Hines. Alison Hines! And the region's groovy master, the man with the most groovy hits ever, Rupee! The St. Lucian Giants, King Sly. Calypso Legends, Papa Vader, King Ashanti, Robbie, the grand return of Alpha. Legacy 2025 is gonna be amazing. Saturday, February 8th, 8 p.m. at the Pavilion. Limited early bird $100, regular $120. Tickets available at Steve's Barbershop and The Wave. Sponsored by KFC, Republic Bank, Massey Stores, IBS Solutions, Climax, Peter Bear, First Citizen, Blow, and the Independence Committee.
Look at people!
Thank you so much for staying with the world's most monitored talk show, and that is NewsSpin. Regional unity needed in the era of Trump. That's according to the editorial of today's issue of the Trinidad Guardian newspaper. And part of it reads, Just over a week into his second term, United States President Donald Trump has already initiated actions that are likely to cause serious repercussions across the Caribbean. The extent to which he views this region through the lenses of illegal immigration and crime and violence is seen in the crackdown on undocumented migrants, triggered by the flurry of immigration-related executive orders he signed within hours of taking the oath of office. President Trump's willingness to deport not only unauthorized immigrants, but those with temporary legal status and even some legal permanent residents who are beneficiaries of programs such as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA, and Temporary Protected Status, TPS, will affect Trinidad and Tobago and other Caribbean nations that are ill-equipped to absorb large numbers of returning migrants. It will also impact the flow of remittances that have been a lifeline for many families, as the number of senders and the amount of money flowing to the region could be drastically reduced. Part of the editorial of today's issue of the Trinidad Guardian newspaper. The headline is Regional Unity Needed in the Era of Trump. Let's see if we can take a few more calls, and in a moment we'll have the final update from Amanda regarding some of your comments in the chat room. Somebody says Mont Pimard is now gone. We have a company which did some tours and now staff will lose their daily bread. Who is talking about this? Where is the National Trust? Who is to be blamed? Asking on behalf of the staff. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon to you, caller. Yes. Good afternoon to you, caller.
And good afternoon to Amanda.
Good afternoon, caller.
I was trying to stay away from calling the program for a while, but I had to respond and react to some of the comments I heard and the contributions. The lady who called and had a very long contribution, I salute her because everything she said made sense. And the question she put to you, according to you, not the Prime Minister, but it's a good question, and I don't expect you to answer this. And when it comes to the person who made the comment about St. Lucia is a poor country, the poverty of St. Lucia is not of its GDP, right? The poverty of St. Lucia is the poverty of the mind. St. Lucia is where it is today, with people talking about roads and how bad the roads are. It's because of our mindset. You know, St. Lucians do not see things tangibly as they are. St. Lucians deal on what, respond on what they hear and not what's reality. And this is our problems. I mean, for 40 years, I came back home and I've heard Rick and Stanford had a slogan, Lucian, watch your bread. And Rick has always been talking about St. Lucians don't read enough. Our illiteracy rate is too high. And I believe for all these years, and we have had more kids going to high school, you would think St. Lucian, the present St. Lucian population, the youngest among us, the 30 and 40-year-olds, should have been a better group of electorates to be able to discern and to vote according to the prosperity of St. Lucia and not because of political rhetoric. It is sad that this person will talk about St. Lucia as a poor country. It is not. It is poor because that person, he or herself, is poor. Poverty is a state of mind, and that's where that person's mind is. We need to do better than what we're doing. And I pray before I pass on that I will see a change in the ways our people, especially the group of 30 and 40-year-olds who are eligible to vote, would react to the prosperity of the country and not the party they support, right? I don't care what anybody says. I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it. I came back to this country because of the leadership of this country at the time. If it was a leadership as what we had now and what we had between 79 and 82, I would never return to St. Lucia because I could have done just as well in America as I'm doing here in St. Lucia when I came 40 years ago, right? I don't know what to say. I try not to call the program, but when I hear the comments that some people say that is just totally a cop-out. When you talk about all politicians are the same, that's a lie. That's a cop-out. When you say both parties are the same, that's a cop-out. There's no reality in this. You're not paying attention to the people who are workers and the people who are talkers, okay? We need to have a government in this country who have the backbone, right, to stand out there and work for the country, not giving away the things that our predecessors put in place for us in the name of better. It's too costly. We cannot do it ourselves now. If you can't do it yourself, when something costs 10 cents and you can't maintain it, how dare you tell me when it becomes 90 cents, you will be able to maintain it? Or the quote unquote, your grandchildren will be able to maintain it when it becomes 90 cents, right? Why don't we build on what we have? And according to those who say so, that our grandchildren will have an easier time down the road. It's a lot of, I don't understand our people. I really don't. I try not to call the program, but sometimes when I listen to what people say, the comments they make about this government is doing, he's taking care of the people. How is he taking care of the people? He gave $500 to people who earn a salary every month. What about the people he displaced when he closed down all the jobs that was there available when these people were working? Why didn't these people he reached out to, right? Or the poorest of the poor? At least give each of them $150. These people will feel like a millionaire, right? But he turns around and gives it to the people who owns a salary every month in the name of the good work they have done. This is governance. And like the person said, it is our money, like the lady said. It is not his money, right? And the other ignorant part of our people is that the people who don't or not eligible to pay taxes, they feel, oh, I am not paying any taxes, so I'm okay. No, you're not okay. There is direct and indirect tax. Every time you go to Massey, you pay the taxes. Every time you go to anywhere where the service is being given, you pay the taxes. So wake up, start thinking, get smart, stop being stupid, stop being just people who just listen to rhetoric and not thinking. Start thinking a little bit, St. Lucia. Let's get the ball on the road. Let's build this country and stop tearing it down in the name of partisan and nonsense. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you so much for calling. The caller made reference to the literacy rate in the St. Lucia and giving the impression that it is low. According to World Bank data, the literacy rate in St. Lucia is close to 90%. I don't think it is a case of us not having intelligent people in our country. I believe is that the intelligent people, most of them don't read, don't take an interest in the development of the country, and also the intelligentsia, the intelligent people, those bright people in our country, the academics, those people are not getting involved in the development of the country in terms of imparting their knowledge, in terms of calling the various programs and expressing their opinions, and in terms of writing articles. And unfortunately, we have only one newspaper that is basically in circulation these days. You have the Voice newspaper. The publication comes out twice a week, I think on a Wednesday as well as on a Saturday. And you have the Star newspaper that is online. So people don't get the opportunity to write letters to the editor or editors of the newspapers, and also to write commentaries. Commentaries are very important to provide you with the analysis regarding certain things that are happening in St. Lucia, whether it has to do with crimes, whether you make reference to certain facts, you provide data, statistics, and so on. So that is very much lacking as far as analysis is concerned in this country. And even where we do not have a sufficient number of newspapers, as is the case with Barbados, you have daily newspapers. In Trinidad, you have at least 3 or 4 daily newspapers, Jamaica, etc. That is what is sorely that we are missing in this country, the critical analysis to cause people to think. What is happening in the chat room, Amanda, as we're getting all set to conclude our broadcast today?
A few comments from earlier in the chat room. Someone says, do not call my PM a liar. He does not lie, but simply doesn't tell the truth. Another comment, he cannot be concerned about corruption because there is currently no integrity commission, which is a key institution in the fight against corruption. Another comment, how comes Riani hasn't called the most monitored talk show to debunk or answer questions? How comes he got cold feet so fast? Another comment, the government needs to address the questions that are raised by the people, but they choose to ignore. However, they put out random videos of what they want. What points are they making? Commentary reads, we heard that GPH went private, and now we are hearing that we are hearing from the opposition that GPH has given 65% of our state assets to a business that he himself doesn't know. Who are those people that went in the share deal with GPH? Those are the major factors that the government is not bringing to the people. Team, our country is in trouble, and Philip Pierre remains quiet on those deals that will hurt the future of our country. The people need to stop this man, because if they don't, where Philip J. Pierre has positions, this country will not bounce back in the next future. And that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Still to come, a politician says he does not have a GoP. Well, wait for this. But first, we have our NewsSpin news of the day. The NewsSpin news of the day reads, modern cotton slaves in 18 countries work for large textile companies, and many of them are children. The NewsSpin news of the day reads, modern cotton slaves in 18 countries work for large textile companies, and many of them are children. Finally, a politician says, me? I don't have a GoP well.
No, I do not have a GoP well. I do not have a GoP well. No, I do not have a GoP well. I do not have a GoP well.
That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Please join us tomorrow afternoon, same time at 12:30 for another edition of NewsSpin. Goodbye.